Others are joining now. Wait. Today we have to discuss about the organizing test score. මේ part එක අපිට discuss කරන්න තියෙන්නේ.
Yes.
Right. Okay. මම හිතනවා slide එක view වෙනවා ඇති. අපි පොඩි part එකක් එදා discuss කළා මේ chapter එක යටතේ. I'll share full screen. මම පොඩ්ඩක් මේක අපිට ගණන් හදන්න තියෙනවා. ඒ නිසා මේ WhatsApp sorry chat box එකට මේකම දාන්නම් PDF එක. අද ගාන ලියාගෙන අපිට හදන්න කියන තැන් තියෙනවා මේක පොඩ්ඩක් Okay. Now I'll share my full screen. අපි දැනට කොටස් කිහිපයක්ම ඩිස්කස් කළා නේද? ඒකට මේ වෙද්දී part chapters 7ක් විතර අපි completed කරලා තියෙන්නේ. Right? 6 and 7. දැන් අපි ඉන්නේ මෙන්න මේ point එකේ නේද? 8 වෙනි එකේ ඉන්නේ. Organizing test score. එතකොට අපි මේ education වලදී අපි ළමයින්ව evaluate කරනවා. evaluate කරද්දී යාළුවගේ marks ගන්නවා නේද? exam එකක් තිබ්බොත් ඒකේ assignment එකක් දුන්නොත් ඒ වගේ අපි scores ගන්නවා test. Organizing test scores is essential for teachers, administrators and the students. It helps assess performance. දැන් අපි exam එකක් කියලා යාගේ ලකුණු ටික අපි ගත්තට පස්සේ ඒක ගොඩක් useful වෙනවා ඒ ළමයාගේ performance assess කරන්න. ඒ වගේම අපිට ඒකෙන් පුළුවන් decision making කරන්න. වෙලාවට අපි යම් ශේෂ්ත්‍රයක යම් subject එකක දරුවෙගේ result අඩු වෙනවා අපිට පුළුවන් එයාට වැඩ ටිකක් දීලා weight එකක් පොඩ්ඩක් වැඩි කරලා එයාව පිළිබඳ අවධානය යොමු කිරීම වැඩි කරා. ඒ වගේ තීරණ ගන්නත් පුළුවන්ලු. purpose එක මේකනේ. Goal: effective, organize and interpret the score to make data useful for improving learning outcome. ඇත්තටම අවසානයේදී සිද්ධ වෙන්න අවශ්‍ය වෙන්නේ අපේ learning outcome එක increase කරගන්න දෙයක්. Right. Overview of organizing test score. Very often in the learning teaching process, score obtained through various assessment. අපි මේ විශේෂයෙන්ම විවිධ assessment හරහා ළමයින්ගේ ලකුණු ලබා ගැනීම කරනවා. Procedures are various assessment procedures are utilized measure students progress. එතකොට ළමයින්ගේ මේ students ලගේ progress එක measure කරන්න අපි මේ scores ලබා ගන්නවා. Based on this score ability to මේ ලකුණු අපි ලබා ගත්තට පස්සේ අපිට හැකියාව ලැබෙනවලු reveal the level of students achievement. අපේ ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස්ලා ගත්තාම එයාලා මොන මට්ටමේද ඉන්නේ? එයාලා high level of achievement එකක්ද තියෙන්නේ? lower level එකක්ද? ඒ වගේම group split තනි තනිය වගේම group වශයෙන් අපිට ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස්ලා evaluate කරන්න පුළුවන්. prepare various report regarding විවිධ වාර්තා වගේ දේවල් අපිට ප්‍රගති වාර්තා නේ ඒ වගේ දේවල් අපිට prepare කරන්න පුළුවන්. right? okay. Sorry. Extremely sorry. I'll explain in Sinhala, right? I think your one is English medium one, right? Therefore, little bit sorry. Yeah, right. Again, I'll explain in English. Especially, we are using to test score to measure the students' ability. Now, students' ability, and also we can use this one for what? To test the achievement of the students and also evaluate the students individual as well as in the group and also report regarding students. That means we can prepare some report also. Compare progress made by students different subjects. Based on the subjects, we can compare, right? The progress level also can be compared. And identify the prepare remedial learning opportunities for the students. Discuss the level of achievement. When held parents meeting, we can especially discuss about the students, how about their level, right? And also the teacher to make self-assessment regarding the students' progress, right? We can use this score for various purposes. Now, in some extract some meaning from the original unorganized data. These are called normally raw data. Okay, unorganized. The best way is to form distribution of score. Simple way of forming a distribution of score, order of magnitude. Arrange score of form a distribution mean, listen them sequence from ascending order or the descending order. Unorganized data can be identified. As example, given below are the marks obtained for research subjects. How much? 25 students now. 25 students. Okay, right. Now, there is no order like 10, 48, 39, 42, like this. This is example for unorganized data. These data should be ordered, ascending order or like a descending order, right? Normally, this can be identified as raw data. Now, the raw data are collected data which hasn't been organized numerically. Okay, this is the example for raw data. How about Jakala? Do you view this one?
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Hello,
Okay,
sir.
now do you view? Right. Okay. Sorry, I
Okay.
remember signal at last, right? Therefore, explain this, right? Right. Now it's okay. Right. You can write some important point, and after I'll explain the meaning of raw data, array, and another basic tools when we are using in statistics, right? Please underline to extract some meaning from original unorganized data. Underline original unorganized data. And after we have to arrange in scores. It like a descending or ascending order. Arrange in scores and underline ascending order or a descending order. The examples given below. Right. Okay. Now, the introduction for the frequency distribution. What? When order these raw data, we prepare what? Frequency distribution. Frequency distribution table. This is the example for like a frequency distribution. Like please think about, and finally, I wish to prepare the like this, right? If they given, assume this data set like this. Now given some data 1 to 10, 11 to 20 like this, right? And we have to prepare frequency distribution. The prepare frequency distribution. The raw data given like this. How we can prepare? Firstly, prepare ascending or descending order. This is the example for the frequency distribution. When preparing frequency distribution, we have to follow the step, right? Therefore, firstly, I wish to explain this step, and finally, I wish to discuss this example, right? Then give this attention for your final exam. I think include this type of question within the paper also, right? Okay. Now, we should know about how we can prepare the frequency distribution, right? Introduction for the frequency distribution. Firstly, we should know about the meaning of raw data. Raw data means what? It's very clear. Raw data are collected data which hasn't been organized numerically. That means this type of data, when we are not arranged ascending or descending order, right? Another one, arrays. What? An array is an arrangement of raw numerical data in ascending or a descending order. Please think about this. When concerned about this one, what is the lowest value? Assume 10. Firstly, write 10. And after, what is the next lowest value? Assume this one, comma, 18. And after, what is the next one? Assume 20, comma, 20. This is 21, right? Ordered. Okay. We ordered it lowest to highest, right? Lower to highest, like ascending order arrays. Frequency means the number of units associated with each value of the variable is called frequency. The number of units associated with each value. We can identify this associated value. Assume 47 number includes 6 times. This is called frequency. 48 number 9. This is the ungrouped data. Now the group data 1, 0 to 10. Assume 2 and 4. There are 2. 11 to 20. 12, 13, 14. Like there are 7 now. Okay. The frequency called the number of units associated with each value. This is called frequency. When we prepare in the table with frequency value, this is called frequency distribution table. Okay, right. Firstly, write this one and please underline. Now, raw data means hasn't been organized numerically. Arrays means ordered it. Frequency, the number of units associated with each value. Okay, right. Now I think you all completed this part. Raw data, arrays and frequency. Raw data means unorganized numerical data. The example, this one now. And the arrays means we have to prepare it ascending or a descending order. We organize it with number of units called frequency. As example, this mention of frequency called F. Right. Next one. What is frequency distribution? A systematic presentation of the value taken variable together with corresponding what? Frequencies. We have to identify this frequency. Is called frequency distribution of the variable. If a data is provided with its frequency, when providing the data, okay, we prepare with frequency value within a table. It is known as what? Frequency table. Assume now, like this one, okay, 10, again 10, and after 12, 12, 12, 13, 14. There are few numbers now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Another one assume 14, 8 and 15, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 numbers here. Okay. All right. X. X 10. Next one. 12, 13, 14 and 15. Okay. Frequency 2, 1, 2, 3, 13, 1, 1, 2, 14, 2, 15, 2. All together how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 now. 10. This is frequency. The F called frequency. Okay. Frequency. If prepared like a table with frequency value, this is called frequency distribution. Okay. If a data is provided with its frequency within a table, it is known as a frequency distribution. Right? Okay, Jayakala, how about can you understand the meaning of frequency distribution?
Yes, sir. The the same marks getting 2 or 3 people, like, no, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
The 10 marks got 2 people.
Two people.
Other 12
12
marks got
marks.
3 people, like.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Like this
Understood.
2, 3, 1, 2, these are called frequency values. Okay.
Numbers. Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
And also we can prepare it in two ways. Frequency distribution refers to data classified on the basis of some variable that can be measured. Varies. We can prepare frequency table for prices, age, student score, student marks, number of production unit, like varies now. The numerical values can be present through the using frequency distribution. There are two major groups of its as follows. There are two. The one called ungrouped frequency distribution. This one ungrouped. Another one group frequency distribution. Group frequency distribution means like this. This is actually ungroup one. Group call like this. 0 to 10, like 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, like this. Okay. When preparing this one, if you prepare like 10 to 15, and also another 16 to 20, right? Another one, assume this one 11, right? 11 to 15, 16 to 20, 21 to 25, like this. This is group. Now, and after frequency presented 3, 4, 5, like this. That means the frequency distribution can be divided into two. There are two major groups. The one called ungrouped frequency distribution and another one called grouped frequency distribution. Okay. He's trying to complete this part also. Right? How about completed? Write this example also. I shared this one within the chat box also. Uh, how about Kaushalya? Can you download it or not? Not yet. Jayakala, I think you
Yes,
received
I
it now.
downloaded. Yes, that
Okay.
people joined later.
Wait, no?
Yes.
Okay, I'll share it. Others also can download by now. I'll share it. Right. Okay. Next one. The first one called ungrouped frequency distribution. Okay. What is the meaning of ungrouped frequency distribution? Data which were provided separately. How? One by one. Like a 47, 48, 49, 50. Like one by one, discrete along with its frequency. How? With its frequency. Like 47, 6, 48, 9, 49, 10. Like this, if they provide like raw data, firstly 47 and again 47, 47. There are how many numbers? 6 numbers. 47, right? And after 48, 48, 48, there are 48, 9 numbers now. And after 49, like this, provided separately one by one, along with its frequency, such as in the following table, which is distributed as how ungrouped frequency distribution. There are no table now. Sorry, there is a table, but there are no group. Right? Therefore, we can say like ungrouped. The table which shows the each value of the variable together with number of times it occurs. The example, following frequency distribution is developed by checking the number of matches of 100 boxes of match. Each contain 50 match. When we get the summation of all amount, we can identify, right? Total frequency value, how much? 100. Now, I think all together it should be 100. Okay. You can write some important points. This is the example for ungrouped frequency distribution.
Sir, 47 matches have only 6 box on only having 47 matches.
Yeah, 47, like when
And the stick.
presented like raw data, assume 47, 47, 47, 47, like this. There are 6 times.
Ah, okay.
6 time call frequency.
6 times, times.
Yeah.
The frequency time, that is time, sir.
Yeah. Frequency means few times included this number.
Okay.
Right. Okay, now I think you all done this part also. This underlying data which were provided separately one by one along with its frequency. And the another one, group frequency distribution. What? Group. If a frequency is presented like a previous one, definitely we have to include frequency like this frequency here and frequency only here with the group data where within the table. If frequency is presented with the group data in a table, they are called group frequency distribution. The tabular arrangement of data by classes together with the corresponding class frequencies. The example following group frequency distribution shows the marks for mathematics of 130 students who faced for an examination. Okay. How? Now when concerned about some are right like this 0 to 10 and 1 to 10. Actually, this 0 to 10, there is a problem. This is wrong. Because of, I'll explain it in later. When preparing like a histogram, we can't prepare it. Therefore, it's better to start 1 to 10 like this. 1 to 10 and 11 to 20, 21 to 30 like this. This is correct, but this is wrong. Therefore, here the wrong. 0 to 10, there are 9 now, but 11 to 20 in between 11 to 20. Yeah? Therefore, this should be start 1 to 10, not 0. Starting point 1 to 10. Right. That means the total, how many students? There are how much? 130 now. In between 1 to 10, assume one students obtain marks for the subject mathematics here. One student earn 5 marks. Another one 7. There are 2 now in between 1 to 10, 2. And 7 means what? One student 12, 30, 40. There are 7 students here. Right? Therefore, we identify frequency as 7. Right? Okay. Firstly, write this one and underline frequency is presented with the group data within a table. It is called group frequency distribution. Right, okay. Now I think you all done this part also. Another example here, please write this one. When you preparing the group frequency distribution, please give your attention for this starting point. This is also very, very important things. Right. Is the correct one and write you. Yeah. Right, okay. Now I think you all are completed this one. And how we can prepare frequency distribution table, and also when involved with like score measurement, right? Now we are in this organizing test score. Firstly, these marks should be organized well. For the organized, mostly we are using this frequency distribution table. Another one, when we organize the data based on the statistics, we have to study some important terms. Okay, that means last two chapters also highly focus this statistical part. Because of when we are involved with this educational measurement, we have to use numerical data analysis. Therefore, we have to give this attention for data organized. On the other hand, in the field of education, score organized and how we can present this data and how we can analyze it. Okay, organize and we can present it and how we can analyze. At initially, we have to discuss about few statistical terms. The one called class intervals. One. The following are some frequency used terms and their clarification in group frequency distribution. Group frequency distribution. The class interval, group of data presented is called a class. 1 to 10, 11 to 20, like this. There are two types of classes. The one called what? Closed, and another one called open class interval. Right. What is the meaning of this? Right. If a group is limited from both ends, it is closed class interval. And if it's limited only from one end, it is called as open class interval. Right. Closed class intervals. Sorry. When you give this attention for this one, 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, we can identify there are two limitations. Now, lowest value and also highest value. But when give this attention for last one, how about 51 and more? 51 and more. How? This is closed class interval. No, this is called open class interval. Okay, open now, and more means open class. All right. That means class intervals divided into two, the one called closed class interval and another one called open class interval. If a group is limited from both ends, 1 to 10, 11 to 20, is a closed class interval. And if it is limited only from one end, 51, okay, now limited. And it is called open class interval. Limited only one. Right. You can write some important points. Right, okay. How about you all are done this part, right? Now I think you all are completed this part. The class intervals can be divided into the one called closed class interval and another one called open class interval, right? When preparing like a frequency distribution, special, if you want to prepare histograms or the frequency polygon curve, we have to use closed class intervals, right? I used to discuss in future, right? In next session, I used to discuss this part, right? The another one, limit of classes, the limit. This is divided into two. The limit also can be divided into two parts. The one called, what is, class limits, and another one. That means this is divided into two parts, class limits and also the boundaries. Class limits and boundaries. When present, the value of a class are called class limit. These are nominated as lower class limits and upper class limits. When present the data or the information, we present it using like a class limits, not boundary. When calculating, definitely we have to use the boundaries, right? Okay. The class limits can be divided into two. The one called lower class limit, another one called upper class limit. But 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40. The 11 means lower class. 21 lower class limit. 20 upper class limit. 30 upper class. Furthermore, then class limit which are built up for calculations are named as class bound. When we are involved with the calculation, we have to identify class boundaries. Okay. When preparing like a histogram, normally we are use class boundaries, not like class limits. Okay. And after I wish to discuss how we can identify the class boundaries. Firstly, we normally data presented using class limit. Okay. Write this one and after I'll explain using example the meaning of class boundaries also. Right. Right, okay. Now I think you all are done this part. I'll say to you, I wish to explain the meaning of class boundaries. Please think about when present this data into histogram. Right now, the 11 to 20, assume there are frequencies also mentioned 2, 3, 4, like this. When preparing the frequency distribution, how about 11 to 20? Okay, 11 to 21. Right. And preparing 21, how? 21 to 30. So this is 21 and 30. We can identify the gap in between these two now. We can identify the gap. But when we are involved in this computation, we have to remove this gap. Okay, how we can remove this gap? We can remove this gap in between 20 to 21. The gap 1 now, 1. Therefore, the 1 divided into 2, that means 0.5, minus to the lower class limit and adding to the upper class limit. Okay, right. Furthermore, then class limits which are built up for calculations are named as class bound. Following steps should be taken to calculate class limit. These are the way we are using to compute class boundaries. How the upper class limit of the lower value must be deducted. As example, in between these 20 to 21, 1, 21 minus 20. This value must be divided by 2. Now, the lower class boundary, clearly mentioned, the lower class boundary can be obtained by how? Deducting this value. 0.5 now. Okay, 11 deduct 0.5, that means 10.5. 21 deduct 20.5. 31 deduct how? 30.5. Like this. 10.5, 20.5, 30.5, like this. Deducting the value from lower limit. And the higher class boundary, or some are called upper class boundary. This mentioned upper class boundary. How we can compute it? Upper class boundary can be obtained by adding this value to the upper limit. Adding this value to the upper limit. Right? How we can add? We can add like this. The previously we identified this sort. Right? 20. 20 plus 0.5, 20.5. 30 plus 0.5, 30.5. Right? Like this. 20.5, 30.5, 40.5, like. These are called lower class boundaries and also upper class boundaries. Previously, the data presented lower class limits and upper class limit with gap. But when concerned about this, there is no gap in between, right? Upper class limits like 10.5 and 20.5. Another one also start same point. There is no gap between these upper class boundaries and also the lower class boundaries, right? How about Jayakala? Can you understand the lower class boundary and upper class boundary?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay. Right, okay. I think you all are done this part. Now we discuss few concepts like the meaning of class intervals and closed class interval and open class interval. And after we discuss limit of class, lower class limits and upper class limits, and also class boundaries, lower class boundary and another upper class boundary. Okay, the another one, middle value. I think it may be easy to understand for you. Some are called center value, right? The X. When give this attention for like this one. For the ungroup, very clearly X can be identified. But when concerned about this group frequency distribution, directly we can't identify the value of X. If you want to find the value of X, 1 plus 10 divide 20, sorry, divide 2. 1 plus 10, 11, 11 divide 2, 5.5. This is called X value or the middle value. Now, okay, right. Middle value. Now when concerned about 1, 10, 1 plus 10, 11, divide 2, 5.5. 11 plus 20, 31, divide 2, 15.5. Okay. Middle value or a center value, the X. The value represents the middle value of a class. The value represents the middle value of a class. Since this is at the center of the class, it is named as mid value and denoted by X. Normally, we know the X bar called mean. Now, mean value. At the center value, normally we are use X. Frequency called F. Right? These are symbols. The value represents the middle value of a class. Since this is at the center of class, it is named as mid value and denoted by X. This is obtained by dividing the summation of. How we can compute this one? Got the summation firstly. This is obtained by dividing the summation of limits of a class by 2 or dividing the summation of 2 class boundaries by 2. Got the summation 1 plus 10, 11 divide 2. Some example of calculating the middle value are as follows. Okay, I think it may be easy to understand for you, right? 41 plus 50 divide 2, 45.5. This called middle value. Okay. Please trying to complete this part. Right, okay. How about completed?
Yes.
Right. It can be computed and like this using class limits or the boundaries also can be computed, right? Class boundaries also can be used. The same value can be computed. How? Like 10.5, 20.5. That means 0.5 plus 10.5. Same 11, right? And like 11.5, 20.5. Got the summation and divide into 2. Also, we can got the same value normally, right? The width, the next one, width. Width of the class. This is one of the important concept, right? When compute the width of the class, normally presented C. Okay. Normally we present it C. Using C, the width of a class can be calculated by deducting the lower class value by upper class value. Lower class value and upper class value. It can be obtained by deducting the class boundaries in the same manner. Right. Then give this example like this, assume. Given 1 to 10, 11 to 20. These are limits now, class limit. We have to convert it into class boundaries. Now I think you know how to compute the class boundaries. As example, based on these class limits can be computed like a 0.5, 10.5 like this. Width of the class can be compute how upper class boundaries deduct lower class boundaries. As example, 10.5 minus 0.5, 10. 20.5 minus 10.5, again 10, like this. But if you are using class limits, there is a problem. Now 10 minus 1, 9. This is wrong. 20 minus 11, 9. This is also wrong. Therefore, previously I'll discuss how we can compute class boundaries. Okay, right. The raw data received directly by doing an experiment or a survey are named as raw data. Previously also we discussed. The following step must be followed when preparing frequency distribution using the raw data. Right, okay. It's trying to complete into this point. And after I'll explain step one by one how we can prepare frequency distribution. Right. I think you all are completed the first part, and I'll say to you, I wish to explain these steps, how we can prepare frequency distribution table. Okay. The step one, raw data must be listed in ascending or a descending order. As example, right? Right. This is the example, right? Normally, give the data. Given below are the mark obtained. Uh, Research subject by 25 postgraduate degree levels. So 10, 40, 39, 52, like the raw data. There is no arrangement, right? The question, we have to prepare frequency distribution which has only 5 classes. We have to prepare frequency distribution. Okay. How? The first one, step one, raw data must be listed in ascending or descending order. Right. Following step must be followed when a frequency distribution is being prepared. These are the steps, right? The one. Firstly, write this example. Okay. I think it's better to write this one. And after you can discuss this example with step, using step. Right. Write this example firstly. Right. How about Jayakala? Completed this one? You write the example.
Yes, sir.
Completed now?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Next, right. Following step must be followed. The first step, raw data must be listed in ascending order. Now, please write step 1. Raw data must be listed in an ascending order, descending order. No need to write step 2, write only step 1. Right. I think you all completed the step 1, right? Now, please trying to complete this one. That means we have to prepare this data ascending or descending order. Right. How? Now, lowest value. What? 10. Okay. Lyrics. And after comma, second one 80. The lowest value. Okay. Right. What is the third one? Yeah, 21. Now,
20.
ah,
20.
20 now. Sorry. Yes. Wait here. Yeah, 20 here. 20. And after 21. Okay, please try to prepare this one. Lowest value to highest value. Huh? This is the first step. Raw data must be listed in an ascending or a descending order. Right, okay. How about Jayakala? Completed?
Yes, sir. Completed.
All right. Please give your attention. I think now there is one or two mistakes here. This order is correct or wrong? 10, 18, 20, 21, 28. Please check. And I think one or two may be wrong. Two numbers or one number. Same or differ?
Same, sir. No different.
Same. All right, okay.
Yeah.
All right, not a problem. Right. Now prepared this one all together 25. Now 25. Uh, the second step. A range of raw data must be calculated by deducting the lowest value from the highest value. Okay. Now please write the step 2. Second step. Step 2. Right. A range of raw data must be calculated by deducting lowest value from the highest value obtained. Right. I think now you write this one. Step 2. How? And after you should identify what is the highest value. 50. Lowest value 10. 58 minus 10. The 48. Okay. 48. Please write this one. Yeah, right. And after, the range of raw data must be calculated by deducting the lowest value from the highest. The width of a class can be calculated by dividing the range by desired number of class. Please write step 3. 3, right? The width of a class can be calculated by dividing the range by desired number of classes. Right. The width of a class can be calculated by dividing the range. And after step 3, third one, number of classes given now 5. Yeah, yeah. Very clearly mentioned, prepare frequency distribution, which has only 5 classes. 5 classes. Therefore, the 48, 5, 48 divide 5, 9.6. That means this is the symbol approximately equal to 10. Okay? Approximately equal. Normally symbols equal sign this one. Now, doesn't equal this. But this one approximately equal to 10. Trying to complete this part. Yeah, right. The step 4, after preparing classes according to the required with enter data through a tally row and complete the frequency distribution. This right is step 4, the last one. Right. The fourth step after preparing classes according to the required width, enter the data through telemarks. Now, classes can be prepared how? The starting point 10. The 10th, the width of the class 10 now. That means 9.5 minus 19.5. Huh? Therefore, there are 5 classes can be start 10. Lowest value 10 now, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, 30 to 39, like this. There are only 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And after how we can keep tally marks? 10 to 19, 10, 1, and 18, 2. There are 2 tally marks. 20 to 29, 1, 2, 3. 3 now. 30 to 39. How? The 31 to 38, 39. There are 4 now. There are 4 tally marks, 4. And 40 to 49, there are 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Correct now. 50 to 59, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tally marks 6. And the frequency, the last one, F call 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, like this. And prepare the frequency column on. Right, okay. Now I think you all completed this part also. Right. How about Jayakala completed?
Yes, sir, I completed.
Right, okay. Then. Right. Next, we have to interpret this data also. And next day, I wish to, that means to the next session, I wish to discuss another balance part. And I wish to wind up today's sessions. And if you have any issues or doubt regarding today's sessions, you can ask.
Understood, sir.
Right. Okay, well, right.
Yes.
Special thanks for your participation, Kaushalya and Jayakala. All right. Good night to all.
Good night, sir.
Good night,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.